edition of Science Digital, courtesy of Science TV. My name is Bill Clinton, and we are coming to you live right here at Ulinzi Sports Complex. And it's courtesy of the Inclusive Tech Run 2026. And this year's edition, this team's edition, is Para and Disability Edition. And with me, just to unpack more about this, because you cannot, this is the conversation that is going around. Mr. Henry Wanyoike, who is our guest at this particular moment. Mr. Henry, how are you?
I'm well, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very well.
Yes.
Happy to be here at Ulinzi Sports Complex.
Wonderful.
Yeah, for the Techno Run.
Good to have you. Good to have you. And kuna swali moja I'm asking every individual who has come to sit with me here.
Yeah.
Namuuliza kama amechangamka, amepiga lap. Wewe umepiga kilomita ngapi umeniambia?
Okay, leo nimechangamkia ibio the 3 kilometers zenye ilikuwa ya kila mtu.
Yes.
Lakini mimi nikimbia lap 4.
Yes.
Unajua sasa mwili yetu ni ile tu venye unaenda ndio unasikia mwili ina charge sasa unakuta hata hiyo 4 unasema aya tugedea nimalizie 5000.
Right.
Yenye ile rekodi sasa inashikilia.
Ndio hiyo.
Yeah, kwa hivyo nilikuwa tu na jaribu kungangana.
Yes.
Niende nikaenda 4, wengine wakienda 3.
Yes.
Mimi nisema niende an extra kilometer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ndio umezoea, mwili imezoea mambo kama
haya. Mwili imezoea sana, nasikia tu kwenda. Then I have done the 100 meters. Although hiyo ni ile tu ya sasa ile mwili mnamalizia ndio unasikia mwili na charge. So nakuta ni kadogo sana, lakini it is good because kuna wenye wanaweza kimbia hiyo. Wenye hawezi kimbia the long distance kama mimi, tunakimbia dogo, so ni ile tu tumeenda kuwa support.
Yeah. Wonderful. Once again, thank you so much for making time. Now today tuko hapa mambo ya Inclusive Tech Run 2026, and just like I started off the conversation, I've interacted with many persons with disabilities, right? And there's one common theme, something that I even heard you say when you were having a conversation earlier with a colleague, that there's nothing for us without us, right?
Yeah.
Probably just to expound on that particular quote, because it's my understanding that involving persons with disability in such kind of forums should not be like a by the way. Just speak to that as we usher off this conversation.
Okay, why we normally say there is nothing like for us without us,
yes,
is because before or initially people used to do things on our behalf.
All right.
And then you see the things are not happening the best way.
Yeah.
So we used to have mess, and we are also forgotten.
Yeah.
Most of the time we are likely to be forgotten, or we are like any other business.
Right.
So we are not in the main menu, right. And that is why we are saying it is good. We want to see ourselves on the main menu, so that when they are talking about the other agendas, ours is there at the top. Because it is very important to involve people like we are part of this nation.
Yes.
We contribute a lot to this nation, and there is no difference between me and the other. It's only that I'm different, I'm able differently.
Yes.
So we are capable,
right.
Given an opportunity. Like now, look my case.
Yeah.
I was given an opportunity, and today I've been to prove to the world that disability is not an ability.
Yes.
I've been able to beat all the odds. At my lowest, when I lost my sight, okay. I was able to come back again, and today I've been able to beat 3 world records, and also finding myself in the Guinness World Book of Records.
Wonderful.
How many of those who can see or who doesn't have any disability are in that book? How many of them are world champions? So you can see there is no difference for us and the other people. That is why we always say we need to be involved in everything, anything concerning us. We need to be involved, and again, even not only us, because everybody we always say it's a potential candidate.
Yes.
If you not get acquired when you are young, you might acquire it when you are old.
Definitely.
You might lose your sight. You might your body is not functioning well. Like you have problem with your bones.
Right.
So it is good that you prepare the way before you get there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, there's that common phrase that is being chanted out there that disability is a club anyone can join.
For sure,
anytime, anywhere, and due to old age as well. Kila mtu anafika hapo. So it's a club.
Like myself, I acquired disability at the age of 19.
Right.
So at my prime age, that is when I acquired my disability. So it can happen anytime.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
At this particular moment, Henry, I just want us to talk about today's event. And looking at Inclusive Tech Run today, this is the 2nd edition of the Tech Run, but the 1st edition of the Inclusive Tech Run, right? As far as that is concerned, how far do you feel Kenya has come in recognizing para-athletes?
What I can say, I'm so happy to see that we are much involved. You know, before the techno run, which was in Eldoret, it was for the other ordinary Kenyans. But I'm so happy that the has joined hands together to have something for us. So we are very happy. Although next time I would love to be for it to happen at the same time, so that people who are not disabled, they can see our ability. Because now here we are on our own. Those people who can see, those people who can see, we are here. Those who are on wheelchair, those who are cerebral palsy. So and those like the people who have the albinism. So you can see we are only people with the disability who are in the same club. We want next time, if it is possible, it is one big race, whereby everybody is in that race. You know, it is one way of showing people what we are able. It's like now we are doing our own thing. We are in our own world, and the others are on their own world. So if there is a way we can be able to combine, I think it can sound much better. But for now, we really appreciate, because this is a kid one, and it was meant for us. So I really appreciate the partners who have come together to bring this race for us. And you can see people came up very in the morning. They have really enjoyed, and I'm happy. You know, most of the time when we have such activities, it's only when we have like the national selection. And now that time everybody is very serious. But this one, everybody is relaxed. It's fun.
No pressure.
No pressure here.
Wonderful.
So at least you can mingle, you can network, you can be able to see the innovation. So there is a lot of activity happening here. So we are very, to me personally, I'm very, very happy that they have involved people with disability. In fact, there was one run we did last year with the ambassador, the British commissioner, and it was an apparatum, and it was the only person with disability. And I'm happy that I think he was touched when he saw me running, competing with the others and doing so well. So I think the idea came from there because we were talking, and I believe, and I'm happy that after our negotiation and after talking, that talk with our deliberation, something has been born. And this child needs to be nurtured well, so that we can be able to have a big event. And we want everybody from this corner of this country to be very much involved. We want next time to have a big event. Either children with disability, old people with disability, and even the youth with disability. We want it to be very, very much well attended next time.
What moments in your career shaped your understanding of inclusion and resilience?
When my first, there was a time I did my run in Japan, my first marathon for 2 kilometers. I didn't have an idea of how to do the marathon. I didn't know how many guys you can have. I didn't have any experience of how you need to train, the shoe, where you need to take water, and I decided to take the challenge. I went to the Braille Marathon in Japan, and with my guide, and my guide was telling me he can be able to do for 2 kilometers. Later did I know, after 12 kilometers, he quit from the race. It was too much for him. Then I had to be organized. A very quick guide was organized for me immediately, and it was a very, very. I decided not to quit from the race. Coming all the way from Kenya, all the way to from Kenya to Japan. Then I come out after 12 kilometers, so it didn't sound very well. So I decided to push. So when I got another guide, then after that guide was not able to continue, I got another one, 8 of them. So the problem was that I didn't have the shoe, the proper shoe for competition. I didn't have the right guide, the language barrier. I missed water in all water stations.
You did miss water?
I missed water in all water stations. So by the time I was finishing, because I decided I have to push, no matter what, I have to push until I see the end. Because what I believe myself, what I have started, I always have to see the good ending. Not just to see myself finishing, but a good ending. Because of the time I have been outside there in the field, training, and working for that particular race. So that race helped me to be, that is why I came to that. It's all about mindset. It's all about resilience. You push no matter what the challenge you are going through. You just tell your mind, you have to finish. You have to keep going. And I'm happy that even after all these challenges, after that incident, after that, all those challenges, I was still emerged the winner of the race.
Right.
I still won the race, and I was very happy at the podium, receiving my medal.
Wonderful.
Even after all those challenges. To me, I always say that what I have started, and this has been a message to many people, but well prepared is the win. Wonderful. So when you were well prepared, then you doesn't have to worry.
I mean, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail.
Yeah, you plan to fail.
Wonderful.
So it is good to plan well, and you plan something you are going to conquer, and be realistic, and always be optimistic. What others can do. You just unajijaza unasema, I'll go for it. No, there is no difference between me and the others.
Yeah.
So, and this has really helped me very, very much.
Right.
And that is why you see I have these 3 world records.
Right.
In fact, after that race, I told myself I'll never do any other marathon again.
Yeah.
But later, 1 year, I got an invitation to go to US. I said I should go and try a second time.
Yeah.
If it doesn't
Why
work,
not?
I will never try again. But the second attempt was quite okay. I used 2 guides. Then I have the right shoe. I was well prepared.
You did not miss water station.
No, I didn't miss water station. At least now I was an experienced person.
Wonderful.
And I still did my best.
Yes.
And that is really motivated me to do now the third one, of which I was able to beat the world record in the London Marathon.
Wonderful.
And in fact, at that time, I really trained very hard.
Yeah.
I did 2 marathons in 1 week. This Saturday and the other Sunday.
Wonderful.
One was in London Marathon, new world record. 1 week later, another new world record in Hamburg Marathon. So you can see the resilience and the mindset, how far you can be able to go and how much you can be able to achieve.
I mean, your story is very, very inspiring because just from your first race, missing water stations, your guide, having that particular challenge. I mean, that is very inspiring, and congratulations for that. I mean, that should have propelled you for you to achieve, the rest medals that you have achieved.
In fact, like even my first competition in Sydney, the 5,000 meters, I still had a big challenge. My guide, after 12 kilometers, a 12 lap, almost to the end. I was almost through the race. And what happened is that my guide was not feeling so well. And so I had to listen from the spectators. They were giving the direction. So the hard meters, the last 100 meters, it was tough for me. I really pushed, and I still won the race. Though I missed the world record with only 3 seconds even after all that struggle. In fact, my first 5 kilometer and my first marathon has been tough runs for me. But these are the one I won in Sydney. It was like the opener of the turning point of all the other medals I've won. And that one marathon I won in Japan has made me to win many more medals. Well,
get it from me, and that is very commendable. And I'd just like to get your perspective on technology, because I mean, as we speak, when you look at the way technology is evolving, right? Technology has influenced a lot of places. Training, competition, recovery, for example, for even para athletes. Do you see this as an advantage, and how can that not be misused going forward? Because to create a sense of fairness amongst competitors.
Okay, I really appreciate the innovation and the technology because that is where the world is going.
Right.
And if you doesn't go with the technology and with the innovation, you might not be able to catch up with the others. Though it is a disadvantage to those who come from the less fortunate societies, to those who come from the first world, whereby the technology is of paramount, and they take the advantage of that. So I can say that, or what I can appeal is to the government, maybe to support our athletes or our sportsmen and sportswomen, so that they can be able to compete with the rest of the world. Because if it doesn't spread on that, maybe if we doesn't go that 1 extra mile, we will not be able to catch up. So right now you see our shoes for competition. We have the shoes with the carbon. You don't feel the ground when you are running. It's very comfortable. Even after the run, with no pain. You just feel very well. So if somebody else is using the ordinary shoe the people have been using, so you have more disadvantage. For me, I can be able to come back after a very short time for recovery, but for the other person, it might take more time for recovery. So it is good. I will encourage the well-wishers and the government, when maybe they are supporting our sportsmen, they need to support them with the modern technology. Like today we are talking about
as well, like
and the brands, like Enda. You know, like Enda, I'm happy because I've been telling them how to improve, and I'm happy that though it's a local shoes, and I'm happy that it's the first shoe in Kenya. And they normally work according to the rules of Kenya, so it's local manufactured, and they have really taken care of the normal and ordinary Kenyan down there. So I'm happy that these are the shoes I've been using. In fact, last year I used the shoe with the carbon in Berlin Marathon last year, and it's a very comfortable shoe. I've been using these shoes from Enda, and they are nice because we have been telling them on where to improve, what to do, and they are nice. I would love to encourage people to get these shoes from Enda Shoe Company. They are quite okay. And then the best thing, we listen to those who are using them to improve where to improve. So it's a company which is growing, and they listen. You know, it's something for Africa. And when you support something from the brand from Kenya or Africa, you promote the economy, and you promote young people who are working those organs, and we show the rest of the world that we are good, and we can be able to produce good stuff. And so, like now, I was saying, like today, you know, we have the wheelchairs here. When you go outside there, they have very modern racing wheelchairs. So for us, we have the old wheelchairs. So you cannot imagine, it's not a fair game. Somebody has that wheelchair for maybe 20 years ago, and there is somebody using a wheelchair for which is very modernized. So there is no comparison.
There's no fairness in
so
that.
There is no. So by the time you finish, that person finished very long time ago, and you are still struggling. So I think it's a lot of disadvantage to our people who are not able to go to buy these stuff with the modern technology. So it's in my appeal as a sportsman. When we started, we used to have the ordinary technology, but today technology has advanced. It has really advanced to a higher level. So we need to move very fast with what is happening from the other part of the world, because when you go to the competition, they don't care what you have. So you have to use what you have.
You bring what you have to the
bring
table,
what you have. So they don't care whether you are going to, it is good for you or not good for you. So it is good. We are even the watch. They are quite very
smart watches.
The smart watches. So at least you can be able to. You don't even do it for many hours. When you have the watch, you have the right shoe. You have the right technology. In fact, you don't spend a lot of time training. So you can have enough time for recovery.
Exactly. And just speaking to that, tying my next question to that, we do have what is the importance of then having platforms like Inclusive Tech Run to inspire young para athletes coming up, and also young para athletes coming up generally?
Okay, the best thing with the Tech Runs, you know, this one was very open to everybody. Doesn't matter where you have come from. Doesn't matter your religion. Doesn't matter what you have been training. This is a good race or an event whereby people, the upcoming, they have the exposure. You know, we lack exposure. Like for us, people in Paralympics, we doesn't have so many activities happening in the country. So when we have something like this, I want to assure you that the next competition, it will be a very good one, and people will be able to improve from out of this event. And this will bring more and more upcoming, and they'll be able now to meet with the champions like us. Now we will be able to network with them. We are able to mingle together, and we are sharing a lot with the upcoming. So when they say they have confidence, you know, like now today I've been able to take so many selfies, photos for those who are coming and networking. So because they are very happy to see somebody who has done it before, so they see it is real. it is not a video when they normally hear about Wanyoike, but now they have seen me kwa ground, they have seen me competing, so they have seen it is possible, and there's no difference between me and them. So this is a big opportunity, and I wish we can have like at least 2 every year we can have like 2 in the beginning of the quarterly. This can be able to help a lot, even if there is no awards, but to bring our people together, this would be very good. And this is also a good opportunity for the sponsors to see how important to support people with disability. Because mostly before they concentrate with our friends who doesn't have disability. But now when we have this, you can see now today we had so many partners who partnered with the organizer, like the British Commissioner. So it is a good sign that people are appreciating what we are doing. Because the medal I bring to this country, the good I bring to this country, is the same brought by the others. So that medal I brought, it's the same medal which Kipchoge has brought. The glory have brought the same glory. So we need to be treated equally, and that is why it's my humble appeal to many partners to come on board, because given people, a person with a disability given an opportunity, we utilize it very well, because you never know, and the next opportunity will be where or when. So we try to use an opportunity. We take advantage of anything. And that is why you see people hapa wamejituma. They are doing to their best. You can think it's like Olympics. So in fact, if today it was a qualification,
it's very motivating
day,
actually.
It is very motivational, and people they were really ready for this. And I'm happy, believe next time people will be very much well prepared, and then we can have like the timings. We need to make it more with everything, all the gadgets, so that you can also qualify out of this race. So you don't need to go to abroad for qualification. You don't go to other competition for qualification. We can use this one as part of qualification. If you don't make it here, you can now go to others. So there we normally have more events for qualification, because for us we normally have few events for qualification, for trials. They are very few. If you can have such of this, like if you have like 2-3 techno runs, then at least you can miss one. If you can participate in the 3 of them, definitely you'll be able to know what to improve and how you can be able to make it qualify. So, and I believe we can be able to set a very big team to represent this country.
You know, I really don't fancy asking this question, but you've done this not once, not twice. You've been competing, you've been successful, but I'd like to know the misconceptions that as a para-athlete that frustrate you, and perhaps there could be that young para-athlete watching at the moment, and and listening to us at the moment as well. Perhaps you could advise them on how to navigate such kind of misconceptions and such kind of treatment.
Okay, what I can say, like now when I started to run, my first competition was we were going to Sydney. When I was talking to my village people, my friends, they were wondering how are you going to make it? How you are joking with us? How can you be able to run? You know, by that time, the Paralympic was not well known. Very few people will be able to know about Paralympic. And I'm happy with the fourth state, the media, thanks so much, the Sign TV, because at least now you have filled that gap, whereby now almost every Kenyan, unless those who ignore, but most of the Kenyans until now they understand about Paralympics because of how you have been able to give the publicity. So I really appreciate the fourth state that you have given us enough publicity. Before there was no publicity. And then approaching somebody, I need a shoe. You know, it's not only me. I need a shoe for myself and for my guide. So most of the people, they always say, no, I better support somebody who is able, I just support one person. But here you need to support 2 of you. So it has been a big challenge. That is why you see we doesn't have a big team. To become a good sportsman or a good sports lady in this country is not a joke. To get a sponsor, you know, most of it doesn't have such complex like this one.
The
they are very few. The facilities are very few. When you go outside, and that is why I'm appealing. When you're talking about urbanization, we need the counties to have stadiums or to have grounds whereby they are accessible to the people with disability.
Right.
So that we don't need to come to Nairobi. You can imagine somebody who is in Busia coming all the way to, or in Mombasa, because in between maybe there is no facility.
Yeah.
So it is quite a bit tricky for our people. So that is this one way of discouraging many of people.
Indeed.
And then these people that doesn't have, especially that doesn't have people to advise them on how to do or how they need to train. Most because even when they're in school, their sports they are in school. It's not too much because most of the school is more of academic.
Right.
And I believe with the CBE system of education in this country, maybe to change the attitude of more in academic. We need to have a child who is all round, so that we don't waste those people who have talents, because I've been wasting talents outside there. And people with it, I'm telling you, they are doing so well, very, very well if they are given an opportunity. So, and we still appeal to the government to go to and especially the local government, because they are down there. They need to work with these people so that they can have like teams. The way they support the soccer tournaments, the way they support, because they are more with the crowd. Even for us in our small way, they need to support us so that we can be able to realize our dream. And I'm telling you, if we can be able to get the best support or the best the facilities like what the others are having outside there.
Yes.
I want to assure we can bring many medals in this country. For the able person, he can train anywhere. Because for them, he can see where like for someone who can see, he can run on his own, even on
whatever time they want.
Whatever in the weather.
There's a sense of freedom.
But even like someone with a wheelchair, how can this person be able to do the training on a mud area? Even for us. So it is so difficult for this, and this definitely discourage the upcoming, and also these people outside there who the destiny killers who always tell us it is not possible, you cannot make it. But I won't tell my people they should be focused. If you have decided to be in sports, be focused.
Wonderful.
Because for us, it's all about mindset. As we said, it's about resilient. So go for it. It doesn't matter how you are going to make it. Like in my first run, I didn't have the shoe. I want to appreciate Coach Oraba. She gave me the first 2 shoes for competition. I had worn out shoes. So I didn't have the right shoe. But it doesn't matter the challenge you might be going through. It doesn't matter what is there or either there is no facility, you doesn't have the shoe, you doesn't have the wheelchair. Train with whatever you have, even if it is barefooted, go for it. You never know what will happen. Utapata sponsor. When you prove to the people what you are doing, then you umejituma. Definitely you'll be able to get a sponsor, because after all these challenges, at least now after when Coach Oraba saw me with those shoes, she brought me her shoes. She gave me a pair of shoes. From there, I've been able now to have more people supporting me, like Edda Shoe Company. So at least you can see, because of that achievement, what I've been able to do. If I complete from the word God doesn't have shoe, where I could be? Maybe people would not be able to know about Wanyoike. But because of those challenges, they made me strong. They made me to be who I am today. I always take those challenges to help me to take. I take them as a stepping stone, to take me to the great heights. And for sure, those challenges has enabled me to be a great person. And I always say that if I can make it, I know I'll push all the way to the end. And I know things will change. Of course. After enduring all those challenges, and just like you've mentioned, one has to think that as a pioneer, as a parathlete who has done this, you have a sense of responsibility for the younger generation coming up. Addressing fellow para-athletes and other athletes as well, what message would you like to give them as far as creating space, whether inclusive or not, for the younger generation coming up? Okay, personally, what I've been doing to date, I've been going to schools where we have these children with disability. Talking to them, even by the name, when they hear the name when Wanyoike is in the school, they are already motivated.
Wonderful.
So I do a lot of school visits in this country, and not only schools with the students with disability. In fact, since I started this motivation talks and inspiration talks, I've been to almost 2,000 schools in this country, with or without disability, because I want also to tell the other children with no disability how they need support us. When they see us, how they need to treat us. Then when I go to these schools with the children with disability, when they see me and I tell them, I share my story, they always say, oh, we can make it. And I'm happy. Many of these children, when they take from me, in fact, they have won, and I'm happy that I have already produced other champions. Before I was on my own. Today we have so many champions, and you have witnessed today.
Beautiful.
And this is out of my my what people have been listening about in Wanyoike, and I'm happy with the school books, the Ministry of Education, the KCDC, they have my story. They have put my story in their school books. When these children they are reading about me, the heroes of this country, they have mentioned myself, the name Wanyoike, and when they are reading and they see me, they just feel motivated. And always, wherever I go to these schools, it's like a turning point to most of the children. It's like a turning point, and they always believe in. And most of them are met, and they always tell me, Henry, it is good you came to our school. After talking to us, I was able to change. I was thinking, from my background, I cannot make it in life. Sharing my story that I have come from a very humble beginning, and here I am today. So these children, telling them it doesn't matter whether you are from a single mother, single parent, you are from a very humble beginning, from wherever you have come from, it doesn't matter. So what matters is what we are telling them, that it has been possible to Wanyoike, it can also be possible too. And again, what I don't miss any competition in this country, be it recreational competition, be it competitive race. In fact, I spare my time to go even out of Nairobi or my county Kiambu to other counties in this country, so that I can share. When people see me, even if I'll be the last, but people, they will see the courage, the confidence what I have, and then they'll be told, anyone who has come to. I always participate with ABOD, and sometimes they don't even by far. They don't. Sometimes they can lap me one lap, but then finally they always give me chance to finish the race. So this is a good sign. And I remember there's one guy, we did the same race, and I was able. He'd never been able to make it. I was far much before him. When he finished the race, he told me, Henry, you have really challenged me. Next time, you have really disappointed me. I thought I'm the best, and you just the way you are, and you have what you have done. So, and today I'm telling you, this guy, though he didn't make it in sports, and this guy, he decided today he's in America. He's a pilot. You can imagine. Out of that, he said, whatever the route I'm going to use or to take, I have been inspired enough. And he took aviation. Today he's a pilot in US. So you can see. This person was very, really motivated.
Exactly. Andrew, you're winding up, but as you wind up, you've mentioned something very important: the fact that the government should come in, listen to para athletes, have this conversation on a round table, involve them in these particular conversations, and as far as having equal investment, proper investment to such kind of competitions, the athletes as a para athlete. What message would you like to give to the decision makers, policy makers, both the government and even the corporate sector, to try and champion inclusivity, especially in the sporting department?
Okay, what I can advise the government of Kenya and especially the local governments, that is the country's government, we need to start from the ground there. And we need to spend some money so that we can be able to have an inclusivity in our society. Because we don't want anyone to be left behind. We want us to be engaged fully, because I know we also have part of contribution to this economy. So if we are given opportunities, I said, you can imagine how what we can be able to do. So it's my appeal that the government should set aside some money and for the facilities. We need the modern facilities. We also need the partners who, like those sponsors, the well-wishers, to come in a big way. And one way is having on board people with disabilities so that they can be able to share what they are able to know. Like now, this event, if we have more people with disability in the team, in that team who is organizing, then we can be able to bring ideas on what we need to be done, on how we can be able to improve, on what we need to do. And then we can be able to have even more activities. Like I believe now, today it was like only athletics. There are those who can do swimming. There are those who can do judo. There are those who can do even other disciplines. So if there is a way we can have such many people on board, because most of the boards that doesn't happen with disability, so they just decide for. And that is why we always say we need to be involved so that we can bring new ideas. We can tell them what we are able to do, what we are able, because we are always up to the task when we are given an opportunity. So we need to have in every board, at least not, when you are on, we need to have like not only one, because most of the board is only one person. And one person for other people to listen to it, sometimes
that is not fair.
It's not fairness. So we need more people with a disability in those boards, because when you have voice. When you're many, you have voice. And when we have voice, it is easy for the company to support people like people with disability. Like in our one case scenario, it's when we started this Nairobi Star Chartered Marathon. When it was started in Kenya, it was like my initiative. I told you, out of this race, we can come up with an initiative to support people with disability. We can come up with a program. In fact, this marathon, people liked it because of the program. Out of this marathon, the company was be able to market themselves, and again they was able to go back to where they get their business. And so even the other company, they should do the same. They support us, and when they're supporting us, it's like wherever they get their business, they are giving back. And we can see the transformation we can have in this country with the sports. I would like what Nelson Mandela said. It's a good weapon which can bring people together, and we can change this nation. You can imagine what is happening today here. Nobody, when we leave here, we go home tired, we want to rest. Then it is a good way of, we are talking about depression, mental issues. So that is why we want to see people being involved, because even with the disability, they are going through a lot. You can imagine a normal person going through depression, and you heard about somebody with a disability.
It's a bit different.
Go out of so many challenges. Like now, if it starts to rain now, you can imagine how you are going to run and you leave me behind. If it is mud day, somebody with a wheelchair, how that person will be able to do. So I wish we can start from the ground there, and then we need to start with the young children. When we engage these children, we tell them when they are young to appreciate disability. When they start there, even when they grow up, they'll be able to appreciate us, and they will be able to bring the change we want to see. So we need to start there. We don't want to have the special schools. We don't need the integrated schools. So that when you have these integrated schools, you are competing. You start competition from there. Competing in the class, competing in the field. So this can bring a lot of change in this country. Because most of the people, they doesn't know about the white cane. They don't know about the wheelchair. So even when it is like when they are caught unaware, something happens to them. That is why you see most of the people, they end up in depression and they die early. So we need to embrace this from when still children are down there. We tell them this is what is happening. This is the disability. What you see when you see somebody with a disability, you can help this person also to realize their dreams. So to the government and to the sponsors and to the well-wishers, please support us wherever you can be able to support. And I can assure those people that wherever any support we get, we don't disappoint. You can look for the competition we go. Sometimes we bring more medals than the able people.
True. Like the Deaf Olympic last year,
you can see how many medals we bring in this country. So you can imagine how many people have seen what we have done.
Right.
You can see we can use people with disability to bring more, Zulu sports for people with disability, to bring more tourists in this country.
Right.
You can use it as a sport tourism.
Yeah.
So it is very good people when they mention the name Kenya. When they are talking about the Akina Kipchoge, they're also talking about Wanyoike. And I've seen it very working so well.
Right.
And I've seen many people coming to see where I'm training. When I talk to them, when I do these interviews,
they're
interested, they are interested and they come here.
Yeah.
So how we would imagine we have 10 or 100 Wanyoikes, what will happen? We bring masses of tourists coming to see Kenya.
Yeah.
So and we boost our economy.
Indeed.
So it is good. We support our people.
Yeah.
And we help them those who are talented in sports. Let's support them. Let's join. Don't worry what the money you are going to spend, but how many lives are going to transform, or how many lives or families you are going to change. Out of this one person can be able to be a hope to the community. This person is a hope to the family, and this person is hope to the nation.
Indeed.
So we need to support these people.
Right. And speaking to that young para-athlete and athletes alike, what would you like to tell them in terms of coming up, in terms of not being despaired in their training? Just a message for them, kindly.
Okay, we can better our best. Whatever we have, we use the little we have.
Yeah.
Don't give up. Never give up. Go for it. With or without. You can improvise, like I can, if I doesn't have a white cane like this one, I can improvise one from the I go to the forest, I get one. Or I can use even an umbrella one, because I want to go to,
as long as it does,
the work. So we should not keep complaining, because if you keep complaining, you never be able to achieve. And again, we should not force things. People with disability, we should not force things. Let people understand what we are going through. We need to be kind to these people. We should not have anger, because most of us we have anger. When things are not going to the way we want them to be, most of us we have anger. But we want to see we need to be kind to the other people. We need to be very friendly, so that people can be able to come closer to us. And they can be able to support us. So we should not push. This is our 10%. No, even if that is, you are right, but please ask in the best way, in the right way, so that people can be able to support us. Because I think that is one way which we make other people to distance from us. Because it's like we demand. We should not demand. We should ask in the best way.
Exactly.
Even if it is our right, so that people can be able to ask and show what they are able. If you are given an opportunity, grab that opportunity and use it very well.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Henry, thank you so much. We've come to the end of the conversation. Thank you so much for making time. And also, ladies and gentlemen who are watching us at this particular moment, thank you so much for making time. We are coming to you live from the Ulinzi Sports Complex right here in Langata. It has been the Inclusive Tech Run 2026, this year's edition. It is the second edition of Tech Run, but the first edition of the Para and Disability